Now from KWWL, this is the Steel Report.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Steel Report, a very busy Steel Report for this week. Today we'll have an update on the new Americans for Independent Living building out on University Avenue.
I'm here to learn about teamwork and how to be a nice person.
And you'll hear from some local young ball players about their experiences playing in the Waterloo Optimist Club's summer youth baseball and softball programs. That'll be coming up later in today's show.
Ball three.
But first, the consequences of skin cancer and what you need to know to protect yourself.
Start our treatment rooms.
On this day, Dr. Kenny Rodriguez is in his office at Cedar Valley Ascent. Cedar Valley Ascent is located on Cyclone Drive in Waterloo and is a branch of Cedar Valley Medical Specialists. Dr. Rodriguez stays busy helping a wide variety of his patients, but this summer he's really been working hard to get the word out about the dangers of skin cancer, the most common of all cancer cases.
It's one of the most common kinds of cancer by far. If you look at all the cancers that happen to anybody in the U.S., we don't even count skin cancers because there's so much of the number of patients that get them. And so, because they're so common, we start ignoring them when they're so serious. 1 out of 5 Americans will get skin cancer by the age of 70. That's how common it is. And 90% of those are caused by sun exposure that you could have had decades ago when you were a teenager. You don't remember that when you were at that age, but when it comes back later, you start thinking about all the places that got exposed to sun unprotected for years.
It was a professional skin examination at Cedar Valley Ascent which caught my skin cancers early, as I once had 2 of the most common kinds.
Basal cell skin cancer is by far the most common, and basal cell skin cancer is a low-grade type of skin cancer. But it's still a cancer, meaning it will continue to grow and continue to damage someone's skin unless it's treated. Then we have squamous cell skin cancer, which one of yours was, and that squamous cell skin cancer, if left untreated, will jump all over the body and it will cause serious damage. But both of those are pretty well treated when they're small. They can be easily excised, or they can be treated very easily with superficial radiotherapy.
It's very quick, it's painless.
Marissa Mead is the lead radiation therapist at Cedar Valley Ascent, which is the new name for this well-known local medical facility.
Kind of like Dr. Rodriguez said, it is such a huge prevalent issue in America, and a lot of people don't know about it just because they don't necessarily, document it as much, just because it is so easily treatable as well. But if left untreated, and people don't get their skin checks, they don't look out for these spots, they can become big and they can become a lot more problematic and more difficult to treat. So, I kind of wanted to take more of an approach of getting out there and educating the public, working with everyone and just kind of telling them, like Dr. Rodriguez said, what to look for. Any spots that look suspicious, if they haven't gone away, making sure you're wearing your sunblock, going in and getting your regular skin checks. I've treated patients from early 20s all the way up to 100 years old. So skin cancer doesn't discriminate. It just goes to show that it can affect anyone, and even if you feel like you haven't ever really been out in the sun, if you say, I always wore my sunblock, I didn't tan, I didn't wear the baby oils like a lot of my patients tell me, it's still possible. So that's why I encourage everybody to, really be wearing their skin protection and be familiar with the signs and what to look for and going in and getting checked.
Really, there's 2 major keys. One is prevention, using plenty of sunblock, protecting yourself with shade from the sun, and number 2, early detection. Because when they're small, again, we can treat them and we can rid a cancer from your life that won't do anything, but leaving them to grow and grow, then they become a headache. A professional skin evaluation is still the best bet. It's really about detecting and looking at places that don't seem correct. Maybe a scratch that you got and it just won't heal and won't heal. That's your first clue that this should be looked at. But I think anybody, because of how common that is, 1 out of 5 Americans by the age of 70 will develop something. It should be pretty regular for people to get a professional skin screening done. And anybody can come in. We don't need a referral or anything special because it's so common. And they come in and see me or one of our nurse practitioners or physician assistants that are specially trained for this, that see this day in and day out. And they will do a complete evaluation of your skin, head to toe, and look at all the spots and kind of consider and look at them with under special instruments to figure out which ones are raising flags that this could be something more significant. The next steps might include either local treatment or a biopsy to determine if there's something that needs to be done for those. We see it day in and day out over and over again, and so by that level of experience that we have, years and years of experience put together, we can really quickly determine this is something that is concerning or this is something that is common that we just don't know about. The other important thing about that is developing a relationship. So someone sees you year after year of that, they know your skin and they know they've seen that before and that hasn't done anything, and they might know this one's different.
Cedar Valley Ascent hopes to get the word out about preventing skin cancer at its non-melanoma run-walk event, which will be held on July 20th out of the Central Middle School. That's the Memorial Stadium track in Waterloo.
So we're going to be holding our non-melanoma skin cancer awareness walk or run on July 20th from 10 a.m. to noon at Central Middle School in Waterloo, supporting the Russell and Ann Jardine Hope Lodge in Iowa City. So while the Hope Lodge is down in Iowa City, they service a lot of individuals in the Cedar Valley area. So they assist patients going through active cancer treatment, and they give them a place to stay. They provide a lot of resources, and their caregivers too, because a lot of times you need someone with you for that, which is great that they're able to accommodate them. They actually have 28 rooms, so it's actually really great that they're able to accommodate not only cancer patients but their caregivers as well. It's really important to have that support system with them, and they have 28 rooms, and they are able to house these patients 365 days a year, 24/7. There's a lot that goes into it, and raising funds to support that is a big deal. I mean, they're a nonprofit organization, which is why donations and people coming and supporting the event and helping raise awareness, not only to prevent potential hospital stays in the future from developments of skin cancer diagnoses, but also to help people that may already be going through a cancer diagnosis. And it may not be related to skin cancer, but just helping the cancer community in general is really big. So if you actually do want to come to the event and you want to support us, you can visit our website. It's nmscawareness.com. From there, you can find a lot more resources about how to protect your skin, what's going to happen at the event, what that looks like. You can also register. So you will fill out a t-shirt form to receive a t-shirt. You donate $25 to the cause and receive a t-shirt and admission to the event. There will be a link on there to make your donation. There is a QR code on there that will take you actually directly to our website. And it does, again, have the registration, information about skin protection. All you got to do is just hold your phone camera up to that little QR code and it'll take you right there. While $25 is the donation to attend, we strongly encourage anyone to donate whatever they're able if they can as well. And even if you can't attend, just donating is amazing, and we appreciate any involvement.
Marissa and her colleagues got the idea for their run walk from a Dubuque County organization called Outrun the Rays. Outrun the Rays is a nonprofit created by survivors of melanoma, the most serious and dangerous type of skin cancer. Outrun the Rays promotes melanoma prevention with its annual run, and Cedar Valley Ascent hopes to be as successful with its new run walk.
Well, it is our first year. We've put everything we have into this. We are super excited. It's kind of been a trial and error because I've never really organized something this big before, but I do have a really big passion for non-melanoma skin cancer awareness and just helping the community in general. So I've kind of figured it out as we've gone along, and this is going to be our first big one, and we really hope to make this an annual event as well. It's taken some planning, but we've had a lot of positive reactions, from the community as well. And I've gone and visited a lot of businesses and shared about our event with them and their employees as well, and everyone's been very supportive.
And I have 4 kids. It's summertime, they're out in the pool all the time, and it is really hard to keep applying sunscreen on them. I think one of the best things that you could do is some protective clothing. a swim shirt, swim trunks. That really goes a long way, especially with kiddos, to keep it on them. And I use them myself because they're easier than applying something. But even without that, we still need to apply to areas that are unprotected. So sunscreen that's 30 or 50 block is ideal, but the key is reapplying it, not applying it when you arrive at Lost Island in the morning and then forgetting about it until the evening, but regular reapplying. And I think for those that apply regular lotion and apply makeup, looking for those that have built-in sun protection into them can be an easy way to apply it daily and apply constant protection. Protection from the sun not only protects against skin cancers, but as an added benefit, it prevents the aging effects that the sun applies to the skin.
Not taking care of your skin can have some very serious consequences.
Eventually, it will have an effect. It will either make the skin less healthy, it will create some kind of skin cancer that will need to be treated later on. I think one of the things that gets overlooked is that we think of this also as disease of older age, but we've seen patients in their 20s in which the effects of the sun start affecting it. We think only during the summer, but in the winter, the snow on the ground reflects UV radiation right back at you. And so even enjoying skiing or just being outside in the snow can affect it. A cloudy day, the sun's ultraviolet rays are not blocked completely by the clouds, and so we're still under its spell.
We're really looking forward to our event. We hope to see everyone there. Go ahead, check out our website. Let us know if you have any questions. We have a contact email on there. Get excited.
You saw the reaction there. No doubt Marissa is very excited about her event, the Non-Melanoma Run Walk out at Central Middle School on July 20th. Hope you can make plans to be there.